All the medical books are being designed in such an heavy manner that until and unless you don't draft them out into simpler notes, you won't be able to remember what's written in there. So hello everyone, I welcome you all in today's video where we will start off the video with a meme version that basically we will see that how we can draft those heavy medical books into some simpler notes. Okay, so as you all know, this is the episode 4 of the MBBS guidance series. This video is mainly for first year MBBS student because they are first time encountering the standard books, but it holds true for all medical students because ultimately you should know how to make notes. Okay guys, so let me introduce myself. I am Akshat Juneja, batch 2017 MBBS. So let's begin the video. So I will tell you some golden key points and will give you a live example of notes. Okay, so it won't be a fancy video, coming just to the point and not wasting your time and letting you know what is required. So now first of all, whenever you read any standard textbook, you should always know that 20% of that standard textbook will have literature. Okay, now this literature has nothing to be done. Okay, it will be just some fancy language, just some fancy words, just some irrelevant data which you need not to worry upon, and this will be time consuming. Okay, 30% will be the story which will be required to build the ultimate concept. Okay, so although that won't be the core concept and the examiner won't frame any question from that particular content, but it is very essential for you to remember things for a long time, and then what you get is 50% of actual content. Okay, and now if you study any Indian author book or you study any review book, they get all is this 50% actual content, so you need not to worry about this thing. Okay, but now I will tell you what to include in notes. So first of all, boycott that 20% literature part. Okay, never ever include any literature part like this is the time, that time, in the olden times, in the modern times. No. Okay, you have to just focus on the actual content, 50% in your notes. Now regarding the 30%, that is the concept building story. Okay guys, so you have to make notes concise so that you can revise them. Now suppose you are revising your notes and you forget what it means. So for that you will have to revisit your book, and there you will see that 30% concept building story. Now how you will simplify the concept building story? You will either highlight them. Okay, don't highlight your actual content because you have already written this in your notes. Highlight what is not being written and which is important to build the concept. Okay, what also you can do is that after highlighting you can record in your own language. Okay, like you are studying a very complex concept, है ना, and after that you have studied it, right now you have everything recorded in your mind. So instead of revisiting it 2 days later, go ओपन योर मोबाइल साउंड रिकॉर्डर एंड रिकॉर्ड द होल कंसेप्ट कि शॉक में ऐसा ऐसा होता था, फिर ऐसे होता था, इस कारण से हमें ब्लड लॉस देखने को मिलता है, ब्लड लॉस होगा तो ये हाइपोवोलेमिया होगा, जो भी व्हाटएवर इज योर बेस्ट लैंग्वेज. ओके, इफ यू टॉक इन इंग्लिश इन योर माइंड ऑल्सो, देन यू हैव टू रिकॉर्ड इट इन दैट सेंस. So this is very important. Okay, now let's give you a live example of hemorrhagic shock and how I made notes of it. Okay guys, so this is Guyton, है ना, this whole textbook is Guyton, which is, you know, a very tedious task for first year medical students. So I will give you an example of this topic, hemorrhagic shock. Okay, so now first point which I want to let you know is do not make notes in first read. First of all, just I have given you 3-layer strategy in my physiology video. First of all, just visualize what you are going to study, read it once, and after that when you do second reading, then only you will know what is important. Okay, so notes making will be done in second reading. Okay, make sure you watch the other videos of how to study physiology on my channel. Okay, so now I will tell you this is the text. Now I will tell you the notes part of it. Okay, so now why I have told you do not make notes in first read, because you see this is my notes. Okay, now the link is given in description of my notes, you can get them from there. Okay, now this is the notes which I have made. So now it is saying that hypovolemic shock can be caused by 3 causes, but if you study here, you will simply write hemorrhagic shock, shock caused by hypovolemia. Nowhere the other causes have been mentioned in this standard textbook. So you will just make your notes the heading of hypovolemic hemorrhagic, and you will do the entire process, and after that at the end you will see that oh, plasma loss and trauma is also leading to hypovolemic. So you will get confused up. So don't, you know, make it in the first read. Okay, now second thing, now we are coming to the text. I have already, you will study it from the book, you will understand that I have made it in the notes. Okay, so now if we see this relationship of bleeding volume to cardiac output and arterial pressure, Even if you are fearful of maths or you don't understand graphs, just give 2 minutes, it will become very easy. How? See, this is entire text, okay? Now this text is saying some values that, okay, this much percent of blood. I have modified it into simple, reasons. How I have modified? This is the thing. The whole gist of the graph is this much, that if the 10% of volume is removed in the blood, there will be no effect. But whenever there will be a large volume of blood removing, then there will be effect. And that is what shown in the given graph, okay? So this is what they show in the particular graph. So you need not to worry about that, okay? This is the percent of total blood removed, and then you can see the values of cardiac output are falling. So this is how you will modify the thing and make it very easy, and don't fear the graphs, okay? So now after this page, this is given in the Guyton. So now they have given sympathetic reflex compensations in shock, okay? So this is an entire, theory part. Now I will give you another key point, which is make flowcharts as much as possible. I hope you can read it on the screen, otherwise refer to your Guyton. This is how I have modified it. I have given the heading sympathetic reflex compensation in shock. First point, arterial constrict. Second point, veins constrict. Third point, heart activity increase, which leads to following reasons. This is the importance of this particular compensation. Now this is what is written in Guyton. They have given these 3 points in core language form, and then they have given the importance by the heading value of this particular reflex. So you don't need to write value of sympathetic, it will be very boring. You should know what is importance, and then you can write it in the short manner. So this is how you will you have summed up this entire portion into just this little flowchart, okay? Now let's proceed ahead. Now we will see this text, okay? Now I have not written this text in my notes. Why? Because if you will read chapter according to the index, you will notice that the same information has been given in blood pressure and cardiac output. So this is my next point, that prevent overlapping of notes. Now you need not to write every time what is the blood pressure regulation and cardiac output regulation. If it has already been covered in a chapter, prevent its overlapping, okay? Now let's proceed to the next point. Now this is all done. As I have already told you, this is given in blood pressure, no need to read this. Now we will do is this thing. So now they have given utter, I should not say nonsense, but they have given something which is very important practically. Like they have told that, okay, we anesthetized a animal and then we carried out experiment, okay? So now at this point you have to ask that, will this point be important for your patient or with respect to exams? So they won't be telling you that animal has been anesthetized and all that, but what is important is what are the values which have been lead to a loss, okay? This is progressive and non-progressive shock. So I have converted it into this scenario. What I have made it non-progressive shock, progressive stage, irreversible stage, okay? Now they have given same thing with respect to an animal कि dog में से इतना खून गया तो ये हुआ, then dog में से इतना खून गया, then dog में से इतना खून गया. You need not to mug up unnecessary values. Just remember the concept, write down the concept, and you are done. And after that, make some creative doodles so that you can relate the thing that right now the all is well, then दिक्कत आने लगी, and then ultimately there can be death. So this is how you will convert that, okay? Now we are done with this entire text, okay? This entire text need not to be, put your mind down. Now you have asked this thing, you have made the scenario creative. Now the next thing, proceed to the next theory. Now if you see this next theory, this is so many things written here, okay? But what I have done is I have written just this 6 points, because according to me, I have read this book second time. I know that these things are not important. These are just concept building. And also if I see baroreceptor reflex already been covered in blood pressure, CNS ischemic already been covered, ADH will be covered in endocrine, renin will be covered in endocrine. So these are all things, guys. You need to understand that there can't be a single stretch in which you can finish entire thing. Things will take time. You will get the process only after a certain time. So please be patient. So need not to, write everything which is written here. Just note down the key 6-7 points here and you are done with that particular page. So this is how you convert Guyton into easier text, okay? Then next point which you have to do is search Google for great images, okay? You guys all have the availability of Google. Just search shock flowcharts. Anything you can search. You will find some very great flowcharts which will help you a lot in revising the things, and you need to combine them in your notes, okay? So now this is the just the next theory, which is I have given it just for completion. So now this is again the next theory. This flowchart can be, you can incorporate them in your notes. It's a great flowchart. Now we are left with this much theory. Okay, so this is again the same thing. They have given great details about cardiac depression, but again you need not to worry. You have to do these things. Okay, now what I am telling you is that basically these are all the points of positive feedback. What happens basically if you are reading this first time, this is progressive shock, and they have told that progressive shock is caused by a vicious cycle of serious deterioration. Okay, so there are many factors involved. First factor is cardiac depression. Then there are many other factors which are all these factors. Now they have explained all these factors in great detail. See, these are all the great details of those factors. Now anybody who will be reading this first time will get traumatized, but you need not to get traumatized. I have converted entire thing into this simpler text. How is this possible? Because I have worked hard for it. I have learned how we can make it more easier. And once you prepare your flowcharts, these are all feedbacks na. So feedback irrelevant to आएंगे नहीं. Feedbacks will be in a sequential manner. So make them interlink the things and make them as compact as possible. Don't worry about covering everything about Guyton, but worry about covering Guyton in every manner possible. Okay, this is a quote by me, random quote. Okay, but this is what I want to tell you, that these are all the points which is not required at any level. They are just for your concept building. So you just need to know what is vasomotor failure. This has already been covered in blood pressure. Necrosis will be dealt in detail in pathology. Okay, but right now you need not to have it, but at least remember this much points and form a flowchart which will link all these points. Because if there is metabolic acidosis, there automatically be vasoconstriction. If there will be lysozyme release, there will be efflux of potassium and all these factors. Okay, so all in all, after this, go back to the notes link in the description, read your Guyton, and then you will notice the change. Okay, now this is the thing which I want to tell you. This I have already converted. Now see, now in the last page of entire hypovolemic shock, they have given this point, that hypovolemic shock can be caused by plasma loss, hypovolemic shock can be caused by trauma. And this is what I keep telling you, that if you keep going, apna time aayega. Okay, and now your time has came. So now in the first slide which we discussed, at that time you might not have got this, but now you know that hypovolemic shock has actually 3 cases, not a single cause. Okay, although this is the most common cause, Guyton won't tell you that I have given 2 causes later. Okay, वो बाद में समझ में आएगा और फिर कभी याद नहीं रहेगा. So just wait. First reading plain. Okay, so I will sum up the points for you. This is what I have told you. You can take screenshots or write there. Okay, these are all the things which you need to remember. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Comment below something, it will keep me motivated. Any positive comment, any question that you have got, and you can visit the notes and QBack link in description. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy. These videos take lot of efforts. Please appreciate. Thank you so much.